Inspiration isn't just for poets and playwrights and artists and Nobel Prize winners. Inspiration is for everybody. Inspiration is stimulation to do something creative, or ideas which you can follow and do something. But inspiration isn't just out there waiting for you to receive it. You have to go out there and grab it. Because if you wait for inspiration to come to you, you may wait all your life and you will miss it. And unless you're looking out for it, it may come and go, and you may not see it, and you may miss it. But when you do get it, it's a wow moment. Wow, that's interesting. Or, wow, that's odd. Or, wow, I want to learn more about this. The idea gets inside your head and it swirls and twirls, and it keeps you awake, and it keeps asking more and more questions, and you've just got to know more about it. You're hooked. Every book ever written started off as a wow moment, and then the author spent years of his or her life learning, studying, researching, writing, changing, and publishing their ideas. And what's a wow moment for one person can be very odd and strange to us. You only have to look at Mastermind to see the plethora of peculiar subjects which people have spent hours and hours learning and studying about. Examples of such subjects are Siege of Malta, 1565, The Rivers of London, the Tom Kirk novels by James Twining, the life and career of football manager Herbert Chapman, 1878 to 1934. So why doesn't everybody have a wow or special interest? Well, these wow moments are very easy to miss. We receive so much information, which is updated constantly, we cannot process or cope with it all. So most of it is just disregarded, as you can see in this film.
Excuse me, I'm looking for the skyline.
Then we break the two up, walking through them holding a large sheet of wood. Now watch as I replace Vin. You might think people would notice the switch, but almost half the time they didn't.
So if all your attention is concentrated onto a specific task, you will miss whatever else is going on around you, and the chances are you're just not going to have a wow moment at that time. But when you're relaxed, when you have nothing specific to think of, as in the case of Isaac Newton, after dinner, beautiful summer's day, sitting in the garden, drinking tea, when he noticed the apples falling. Why do they always fall downwards and not to the side or upwards? He contemplated. And the rest is history. Or the case of Sir Alexander Fleming, the first day back after his August holiday, still in a holiday mood, was doing some tidying up when he noticed one of the Petri dishes which he'd plated out before his holiday was contaminated. Normally he would have just thrown this away, but he didn't. He said, "Oh, that's funny." And so penicillin was discovered. The second problem is time. As the information that we are receiving is changing so fast, we simply don't have time to think about something interesting. For example, where is the potato in this picture? Given enough time, everybody would find it, but we don't have time. However, if we do increase our awareness that something interesting and wow-like is out there, the chances of seeing it will be much greater. So, if we do have a wow moment, how to stop all the other facts and observations and interruptions coming in and transplanting it. Again, it's a matter of conditioning oneself. When you do have a wow moment, let a bell go off in your head. Remember me, remember me, remember me. And follow it up. It's too easy to be, oh, well, I can't be bothered, it's not that interesting, oh, I'm much too busy, I'm too tired, etc., etc. So at the first opportunity, do something active about it. Google it, write it down on a piece of paper, ask somebody about it. But the mere fact of doing something will help retain it. Take the case of my brother-in-law Barry. He was looking through the holiday brochures, including one from Kirkar, when he noticed a tour of the battlefields of the Peninsular War between Napoleon and Wellington. Wow, he thought, I'd find that interesting. So he instantly rang up the company, booked the tour, and he was hooked. Here's how it happened to me. During the course of this video, there are 16 thoughts which are coming and going in a fraction of a second. I've slowed them down and speeded up the rest of the film to make things clearer. Of these 16 thoughts, 3 rang bells. The first one was, how can so many clothes shops make money? I only buy clothes every 3 or 4 years. The second thought was, why is it that it's mostly women, and most women wear jewellery, where very few men do? What's the difference between us? And thirdly, agates. When I saw this agate, I first thought, wow, that's beautiful. And then it looks as though there's something flowing out of the stone. But hang on a minute, stones are solid, they're not fluid. What's going on here, and why is it banded? So when I got home, I started to read about it, and I thought that the theories which were offered were simply wrong. They didn't seem to fit with what the agates looked like. 7 years later, and the purchase of many, many agates, with my physicist colleague, I've now written a paper discussing the diagenesis of agates. But why should everybody have a wow moment? Well, I think there's more to life than just getting up in the morning, going to work, coming home, having supper, watching television, going to sleep, getting up in the morning, going to work, coming home, having supper, watching television, maybe speaking to a friend, maybe going to see a film, going to sleep, getting up in the morning, going to work, etc., etc. And it's the wows that make life more. Of course, like with everything in life, there is a downside to wows.